Leaks is finally here, and I'm so excited. Let me in! Let me in! And here already you have to make a critical decision about your account. Are you a girl or a boy? A classic Pokemon question. And obviously we're picking girl. Not only is it best result in money making, because I can ask for rich males for money, and if you don't pick female, you can never complete Recruitment Drive, because it's a female only quest. You can't change any of your cosmetics in this league, so if you pick male, you're kinda screwed. So probably, maybe hopefully Jagex fixes this, but this is pretty funny to me. And since early game money making on an Iron Man can be kind of difficult, we make our female a cute redhead for the maximum GP per hour. And honestly, I don't think anything too interesting happens in the early game of the league. I was just following a guide and doing tasks randomly here and there. But I have a plan in mind, and I need a lot of money for it. I want to get an early 99 in this league, and I need a lot of GP to do it. Unfortunately, these ungrateful males don't subscribe to my feminine wiles, so we have to turn to the life of crime and start stealing from them. In Hustlers University, I learned that if goon baiting doesn't work, just go straight into stealing. But these people are so extremely poor that it won't even make a dent in the amount I need, because I need about 500k to do my plan, so I have to change the way I get money. This plan is however much more complicated, and I need to be an expert in multiple different skills. So we learned how to fish, how to mine, how to smith, how to woodcut, how to fletch. We learned everything, and now we're the master of every skill, at least to level 5. And all this waiting and waiting 5 minutes in front of an LRT. Yep, that is a task. Well, it's bugged, but yeah, it's still pretty funny. If you click an LRP, you can just wait 5 minutes and you get the cut until you have no log test. Why this works, I have no idea. Like, probably because it always takes the same amount of time to cut and they didn't have a check for it. I don't know. But anyways, we get our tier 2 relic here, and we are picking Farming Frenzy. And this relic is honestly just such a no-brainer for me. I need a lot of supplies for PVM, and I don't want to be doing farming runs, so this will solve that. Now we've trained enough to have the skills to make some actual dough, and there's this weird lady in front of Farok who wants to offer us hundreds of thousands of gold if we just take care of a couple little mysteries. This doesn't sound shady at all, not specifying what kind of mysteries. And yep, we're fighting a world-ending terror, a demon. Ooh. But since I am one of the best players in Runescape, I can deal with this demon threat quite easily. This fully needed an expert to take care of, and I should be paid accordingly. But no, that wasn't enough for her. We also have to go deal with a zombie threat. And what are zombies gonna do? I just exterminated a demon. This should be a cakewalk. On top of that, I am a former Call of Duty Zombies professional. Just don't check for splice footage. So if this is anything like COD Zombies, I should be perfectly fine. Oh no, it's exactly like Call of Duty Zombies, run! But dealing with these life-threatening threats was honestly worth it, because we made 500k and we can finally start our plan. But first, a couple more tasks. These random tasks took me all the way to tier 3 for the teleport, and honestly, I didn't even need this teleport. So let's talk about the plan and how it kind of went wrong. So we have the farming relic, which means that we can train farming extremely quickly. But one of the biggest gatekeepers in training farming is getting the seed. So how are we gonna do that? I have some extremely good news. Because Jagex wanted every area to be open, you don't have to do the questline for Priv, which has insane requirements. And if you can just make your way to Prifdinus, you can actually go to the seed store there and buy some seedlings. And this should give insane experience, especially with the farming lake, just growing them, cutting them instantly. And you should be able to get like 5 million XP per hour. So how do we actually get to Prif? There's some dense forest in front of it, and I don't want to get 56 agility. Well, I actually thought that there was a way to get there earlier, but my friends told me that it's not possible, and they tested it. But it was possible. You can just walk from Eagle's Peak. It's that simple. But yeah, I was talking with some friends and they told me that this is not possible, so I believe them and grinded for a tier 3 relic that allows me to teleport to Bow Run. But you know what's the worst part about this? I didn't even have to get this. There was another way to still make it to Prifty Dust that's even easier. You just need the gnome lighter in there. It's that simple. Why didn't I think of that? And obviously the biggest lore nerd I know thought of it, so yeah, I guess kudos to him. And I was so close to tier 3 when I saw his message about this that I just grinded for it anyway. But now we're finally at Prif, farming some trees, and what could go wrong? But unfortunately, the farming relics mechanics didn't really work like I expected. I expected you to be instantly able to grow the trees and to be instantly able to harvest and cut them down, like a patch bomb would. But yeah, this is not the case. You have to wait for every single clearing animation. So you first have to chop down the tree, then you have to clear the fruit tree, and then you have to plant another one. Oh, and before that you also have to harvest it. So there's 3 different steps that all take time, making the clearing process 4 times as long as I thought it would gonna be. Or maybe even more, because the clearing, actual chopping down the wood, can take some time. So yeah, this was making this a 3 times longer grind than I expected. And I was here farming for a while. I think I farmed here for an hour and got about 3 million experience. So we made it to 84 farming, and then I decided to call it. I feel like this is kind of a waste of a time, because if you train on normal trees, they will grow instantly. I can clear them instantly, getting 120 farming super fast. And for my failures, I was sent down to the mines in failing to get a 99 on day 1. See you tomorrow.